All right, traders. So the green streak continues. As expected, I ended up finishing the week very, very strong. Had 4 trades today. All of them were wins. I'm currently 4 for 4 on the day. With that being said, I stuck to my trading plan from the watch list. As soon as SPY hit 430 this morning and filled that gap, once it started consolidating and showing signs of strength and bullish candlesticks formed, I ended up buying some call options. At the peak, they were up 30% within minutes as the SPY ripped to $432 plus very, very quickly. I ended up locking in profits at an average for a 20% profit return. Then I had a phenomenal trade on wheat. I ended up buying some put options when wheat stock was at 1176. It quickly tanked to 1046. I was up 50% at the peak. It averaged out to be a 30% profit return with all my sells. Then I had 2 trades back to back on Tesla put options when it was trading at about $842. I picked up the put options. It got slammed very, very quickly to 830. I ended up selling a tad bit too soon when it pulled back to 436, making a quick 8% return. I played it safe on those, went with safe contracts. If you were to go with slightly out of the money that expired today, those would have made over 50 to 100%. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the technical gap trading strategies and the unique price action analysis that we're using within Trader Society to consistently make money within the stock market. So make sure you stay to the end of this video. If you want to take a look at the live trading stream that we ended up doing today for members only, that's going to be the second link in the description. If you are interested in joining Trader Society and studying over the weekend, I'm telling you guys, in terms of success is not going to come from partying. Success comes from pondering, from studying, from experimenting. With that being said, if you do want to use this weekend to take full advantage of studying the video lesson library, and then of course trading live with us at Market Open on Monday, that's going to be the first link to join Trader Society. I'm going to give you more information on that towards the end of this video as well, but let's get right into this analysis. I'm going to be recapping my trades, teaching you how to profit within the market, going over some key things that you have to understand in the current market conditions, with the current price action, and especially with options trading. We're going to be discussing some very important informations. So with that being said, in terms of SPY, as you can see right here, I'm going to go to the real-time alerts, in terms of the watch list and the trading plan. You can see right here, SPY will most likely try to fill the gap and spike before going any lower. Call options won't be easy, but consider small size if we get a bullish confirmation at $430. Best price for call options is at $430. So I ended up playing that from the watch list. As you can see right here, where's the real-time alert? So it is right here. I bought SPY calls at $2.70. This was alerted at 9:57 a.m. The strike was 4:30. So when I'm trading options, especially within this market, I'm looking to get in and I'm looking to get out. I'm playing it safe. I'm staying at the money. If I'm very confident that it's going to have a big move, then I'll go slightly out of the money. But I'm typically trading at the money or in the money. So with that being said, why did I decide to buy SPY call options at 9:57 a.m., which is right here on this candle? And I actually bought some right before as well. If you were watching the live trading stream, I bought some right around here as well at around 9:54 a.m. If you watch the live trading stream, that's going to be that second link in the description. So why did I decide to buy here and why did I decide to add right into here? Because SPY has confirmed that it filled the gap, it consolidated, it turned it into support. So as you can see, let me get rid of all these trend lines so you can see this clearly. The lower end channel of the SPY is going to be like right towards here. See how there's a gap to fill at 428, and then when it fills that gap right here, it's a very small gap, it explodes up. And then you can see right here, this is the lower end of the channel. There's a gap to fill at 430. So with that being said, it's got big upside potential. You got a gap to fill at 435.71. So if the SPY can start to consolidate towards this 930 level, let me draw a key level here to show you in terms of what we're looking for right here. If it could start to consolidate right there, and in terms of how it initially reacted, it reacted much differently than yesterday. Yesterday, when it cracked, it went back up. And as soon as it went back up, if you remember that video that I made yesterday, as soon as it went back up, what did the SPY do? It turned it into resistance. See, I'm going to show you right here. As soon as that gap filled right here, this is where the gap filled. It cracked, it went back up, resistance, resistance, resistance. This time it did the opposite. And it was at a key oversold level to dip by, which is why I decided to buy the call options on stream right here. And then I alerted my ad right here. And with that being said, this quickly pumped from 430 all the way to $432.35. And I went with the more safer contracts. Those were up 30% at the peak. And in terms of my sells, you can see right here in terms of the sell, this was key. Why did I sell at 10:03 a.m.? Why did I sell 40% at $3.40 from 270? Why did I decide to do that? because I know that's a key level. That's a key level to be selling. How do I know that? Because I'm looking at the SPY and I'm saying there's resistance at 432. If it fails to break out, it has big downside potential. It can go all the way back to 429.50. If 430 cracks and reacts as a resistance, it can go lower. It can go to 427. Like I told you, 430 cracks, it can go to 427. With that being said, this is a key level to be taking profits, especially if it's a quick pump. This is a very quick pump. You sell into the rips. Remember that. You get in, you sell into the rips. Why did I take off 40% here at 10:03 a.m.? Because exactly right here, because that is a key level to be locking in your profits. Because if SPY fails to turn this into support, it is going to go down just as fast as it went up. If it breaks out and turns it into support, which is why I still held some, it's going to really start to go up and fill this gap at 435.71, right? So with that being said, that's why I decided to lock in there. And then why did I decide to sell the rest of my position right here shortly after 10:05 a.m.? I sold the rest at 290 from 270. Why did I sell the rest right here at 10:05 a.m.? The reason why is this is previous resistance. SPY had a breakout above this previous resistance at 431. So when it has that breakout, it's going to test the next resistance level, which is at 432.40. So it's normal, when a stock explodes, when it explodes like this, it's going to have a pullback, which is completely normal. That's why I held some on to see if previous resistance right here can be the bottom, can turn into support. Once I identified that it's not turning into support, how was I able to identify that? Number one, it's downtrending. Number two, this is a very bearish wick, right? Very, very bearish candlestick. Number three, it's held up on thin air. There's literally no support. So the whole theory was if previous resistance fails to turn into support and looks bearish, I'm going to quickly get out because this is easily going to go back to my initial entry. And then the market can flip and it can even go lower. So it's a good thing I locked in my profits for an average percent return of 20% profit return. So that was the whole trade recap on the SPY. What I want you to understand is, guys, you got to have your targets. The targets are right here. First target is 431.50. Second target is 432.30, which is where I sold 40%, and then I sold the rest at the first target. And then your third target, this is your big win, 435.71. If you've been paying attention to the market, it's been very flip-floppy. It's been, whenever it has big moves like this, it quickly turns, it quickly flips. And with that being said, none of these big wins have been hitting. These whole big win ideas, they haven't been, hitting. So with that being said, you got to take what the market is giving you. You got to play it safe and lock in your profits at level 2. Let's just forget this level 3. This is level 3 right here. With that being said, guys, level 3, that's like very small size if you're playing for that. And it gets to a point where it doesn't make sense to hold and just to cut it and lock in the profit. And that's what I ended up doing, right? None of the level 3 targets have been hitting. So you got to quickly take your profits and get out on the rips, guys. I'm telling you. Understand how the key confirmations work. So with that being said, I hope that helps in terms of price action and strategy. Now let's go over WEAT. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you the updated price action analysis on the SPY. So in terms of WEAT, why did I decide to buy put options on WEAT? This was going to be, the best trade for the day. Why did I decide to buy puts at 143, strike 11? I went with an out of money strike at 10:38 a.m. So this one I was very confident. So I went out of the money. For those of you within Trader Society, study the gap close reversal strategy. It'll teach you and go more in depth on that's what I use for SPY. In terms of WEAT, this is the gap fill strategy. In terms of my trading, I started off trading small caps, then I switched to options as I became more experienced and successful. With that being said, this is a classic gap fill strategy where I'm playing for the gap to fill below. So this is a phenomenal lesson right here. WEAT stock had a massive gap up. Looking at the daily chart, it's extremely overbought. It's due for a crash. And if you were studying it this morning when it started to pull back, this candlestick on the daily was starting to turn very, very bearish. When you see those bearish red candles, when a stock has a massive move up like this, odds are it's going to continue to go down, try to fill that gap. And then if it closes weak like it did today, it's most likely going to continue to go lower to fill the next gap at 950. So I was playing for the gap to fill at 1111. And with that being said, once I notice that your key support is right here at 1190, and once it cracks 1190, it's held up on thin air, and there's a gap to fill at 1111, that's big profit margin. So right here, as soon as it popped back, it cracked, it popped back up, which is normal. It turned previous support with big upside into resistance. See how once it cracked that support, it popped back up and it turned it into resistance. This trend, this pattern is very similar. These candlesticks are very similar to that trend I just showed you on the SPY. Remember the resistance on the SPY at 438, how I confirmed that? Same thing I did with this whole WEAT stock here. So right here, when I alerted this at 10:38 a.m., which was literally right here at 10:38 a.m., why did I alert there? Because it cracked support, You got a bearish wick here, reacted as resistance, meaning this is held up on thin air and it's going to fill the gap. And if it cracks that gap fill level, then it's really going to sell off and it's going to start to fill this gap at 950. So with that being said, that's why I decided to play puts using the gap fill strategy. Make sure you study that one in the educational suite within the video lesson library as well. That's the second gap strategy. And I ended up locking in profits. You could see right here. So I did end up selling half too soon. I sold half at 9%. The reason why I did decide to sell half, at first, the contracts were very choppy. The price action was a little weird at first, but I decided to hold the other half. And I was up 55% on the other half. And then I sold 25% of what I had left at $2 from $1.43. That's over a 40% return, I believe. And then I sold the rest at $1.91 from $1.43. Those wheat puts absolutely printed. I'm telling you, we had members. I had some members today do very, very well within the chat. Big shout out to those of you who really finished the week strong. Profit and loss $434. Nicely done, more than the cost of Trader Society. Nice small $117 gain, and that's respect right there. Being grateful. That's having the right perspective. No matter how much money you make, always have that perspective. It's like yesterday I was at the mall. I was just doing some shopping. I went to H&M. I bought 15 t-shirts for, like $100. It was like $7, $8 a shirt. I'm not going to go blowing money no matter how much money I make, unless it's on like a life experience or like an asset or something where I can really get value in or something I really love. But I'm not going to go dropping hundreds of dollars on like some designer or anything like that. That's just a waste of money. With that being said, there is levels though. Like once I can get to like, more of an 8-figure type of net worth, then I'll buy some nice stuff. But you gotta be grateful and keep it sane. But anyways, Slap is killing again, $1,500 profit. Ended up making a nice profit on week. Quick $300 first day here. Vincent is back in the green, man. Big shout out to you. Up 5 figures on the day. Keep it up. Tyler, second day here. Nicely done. I believe you made like 400 something yesterday, something like that. $1,700 profit on the Tesla put options going out of the money. Those printed. I'm telling you, if you want the same day expiration, those Tesla puts that I called out were up 100% if you went with same day expiration. I played it safe though. I played it safe and sized in with like very big size on a safer contract. 45% DHK. And, killing it, 51% profit return, $1,200. GGG back at again, $640 profit. My guy, same guy as yesterday, nicely done, almost $90 profit. Casper, this is so cool, man. Check this out. He's trading on his phone. I could tell he's trading on his phone because he has the live trading stream in the background. You see how he has it playing in the background? It's like a small screen. That's what the new phones are doing now. You can like have videos playing in the background while you're on other apps. He's watching the live trading stream while, he's trading. Absolutely phenomenal on his phone. What you can do with just your phone is truly amazing. Casper's back at it again, killing a $2,200 profit. He recently made $14,000 last week from Thursday to Friday. And then my guy again, killing it. So with that being said, huge shout out to those within Trader Society. So yeah, that explains this whole wheat trade. And once it filled the gap, the reason why I decided to still hold is because it instantly cracked and it never even popped back up. It just kept going down. And then I decided to lock in profits at key times to be locking in profits. See, this is a new lower high. That's bearish. That means you keep holding. And then I decided to lock in the rest of the profits, like I said right here, towards 10:58, towards 10:58 a.m. and where is it? Excuse me, 11:58 a.m. and 11:57 a.m. So the profits were locked in literally right here, 11:57, 11:58 at 10:40s, nearly the low of the day for the rest of that. Those contracts absolutely printed. Like I said, this $11 strike, we were buying these at 140. These went all the way to, what was it, like 215? Yeah, 218. These went all the way to 218. And the sells, I made up so much better. I sold the first half too early for 9%. The second half was a perfect sell. I made up for it. Now let's go over Tesla. Tesla was a bit different. This was more of like price action, less of kind of like a gap strategy. This one was a little different. But at 2:41 p.m., this was a perfect entry as well. I bought Tesla put options. I went with a very safe strike. If you were to go here, I'll show you. If you were to go with out of monies on Tesla, these would have printed like crazy. I mean, Tyler, he made nearly $1,800 profit. Like he must have went with like the out of money ones. Let's just say you were to go with like an 835 strike. So at the time, that's about 5 points out of the money, same day expiration. These went crazy from that alert. So that alert was at 2:41 p.m. 2:41 p.m. is right here. This is 2:41 p.m. on this green candle, right? On this green candle, right before this big red one on this green candle. That's when Tesla was trading at 242. If you were to buy these were more out of the money. If you were to buy these, like, oh my God, these went crazy. Where's 2:42 p.m. on this option chart right here? This is 2:42 p.m. So this is where I alerted those right here, excuse me, at 2:41 p.m. These were trading at $2. They quickly went, like within minutes, they went to 358. Within an hour, they went to $6. They went from $2 to $6. Like, it's absolutely insane. That Tesla alert was killer. And again, you decide how you want to trade these options. In this particular situation, I played it safe. That's the route I wanted to go. And with that being said, I did end up, selling those too soon. But and I traded that twice. I alerted it once, I traded it twice. It was the same trade back to back. But I did sell too soon. I sold at 245 for 6%, and then I sold the other half at 251 for an 8%. So I sold it too soon. But the point being is, the entries were so spot on. And like I said, we are in a market where you do want to be locking in profits. So why did I decide to enter Tesla puts right here at 1:41 p.m.? Let me draw a little oval to make this very simple right here. So in terms of all the strategies that I went over today, what I'm about to show you, this is like nothing, like the trading opportunity was great, but in terms of like best setups and all that, this was like nothing special. So like, Tesla has this key previous closing price at 840. Whenever it cracks 840, it quickly goes down to 825. Right here again, it cracks 840. It puts in a higher low. It goes to like 829. But the point is, it gets wrecked very, very quickly when it cracks this 840. So I'm looking at this chart and I'm seeing Tesla struggling, SPY is struggling. Everything's looking bearish right now. Into the power hour, I was expecting some sort of sell-off on the SPY as well. So I decided to take advantage of it because, double top right here. New lower highs. Another pattern that I recognized on the SPY was I was looking at the SPY. So when I'm trading Tesla, I'm looking at SPY as well. Also, if you're trading Tesla, XLV follows Tesla. So watch XLV as well because it does like to follow Tesla, I believe. With that being said, I was looking at this trend on SPY as well. Where on Tuesday, it was trading in like the same range on last Tuesday. Let me show you this whole pattern here, this pattern recognition. I was looking at this trend, right? So let's see. This is what I was looking at. So I was noticing how this was on Tuesday, right here at around 3 p.m. towards power hour, and even right here towards 2:40 p.m., right where I bought the puts. SPY started to sell off, which means Tesla started to sell off as well. And you can see there was a double top at 431. So I'm looking at this pattern, and then SPY even got a new low. It got crushed into the close. So I'm looking at this pattern. I'm saying, SPY is retesting the highs. It's failing to break out. Tesla's looking bearish as well. I'm going to try to put on Tesla. The reason why I didn't try to put on SPY is because the puts were already up like 240%, man. Like, you don't want to be buying puts when they're up that much. So I went with Tesla in that case scenario, using the SPY analysis and also using the fact that, Tesla is a key $440 breakdown level. When it cracks this 430, it sells off hard quick. When it cracks 440, it sells off hard quick, right? That green to red move could be a nice sell-off with a very tight stop loss. And in terms of confirmations to get in, I showed you what I used on the SPY. In terms of the chart, double top towards the highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, bearish candlesticks coming in. Market was looking bearish at the time as well. And then I quickly locked in profits shortly after getting in. So with that being said, that is going to be the trade recap in terms of what I think in terms of the SPY right now. So SPY is like the key level is going to be like from 430. 430 needs to hold up. If 430 cracks, it goes to 427. If 427 cracks, it goes to 426. The point being is though, 430 is like that key make it or break it support. If SPY can break out and turn 432 into support, it should pump back to fill this gap, which is my level of interest to buy a put option. As of now, my interest is to buy put options when this gap fills. Look for the gap to fill. If it starts to pull back, if it starts to look bearish, starts to form the bearish confirmations we use, then I'll look to grab puts and ride this back down to low 430s for a nice quick trade. With that being said, in terms of any other trading opportunities, another key level we do have to be aware of now is the previous closing price, the closing price of today, 432.17. So 432, I want you to think of this as your make it or break it level. If SPY reacts as a resistance level at 432, it's looking bearish, it's going to get slammed to 427. If SPY can break out and hold 432, it's going to push to 435.70. As of now, the best way to play puts is to wait for the gap to fill at 435.70. In terms of calls, It's not going to be easy, man. With this whole market we got going on, with all the news and all the chaos and everything right now, calls are just not going to be easy. SPY is kind of towards not the middle, it's still on the lower end of the channel. But even with that being said, you got to be careful with calls, and you got to, no matter what you're doing, you got to be in, you got to be out within this type of market. There's going to be certain trades where we can kind of hold when they're at key specific levels. But in terms of like holding at key specific levels and aiming for a bigger win, it's best to do that, to just wait for a great put opportunity with the way the market's going with the news and everything. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be closing off the week. I'm going to be posting another video most likely on Sunday. So for those of you who do want to be a part of Trader Society, it's going to be the first link. You get lifetime access. It's a one-time fee to everything included within the program. So some of the things included are, you get the chat room, you get the daily live streams. Every single day at Market Open, you get to trade live with us via live stream. You get access to the chat room, you get access to the real-time trade alerts, you get access to the daily stock analysis, the watch list, and of course the real-time trade alerts. You also get access to message me one-on-one in a direct message, which would be the only way to contact me, along with asking me questions live on the spot within the webinars. That's going to be that first link. You can get started, instant access as soon as today. You can start studying the lessons, because you do also get access to the video lesson library, where you get to learn the trading system. You get to learn how to trade price action. You get to learn how to trade the stock analysis. You get to learn the unique gap method, the unique gap trading strategies, along with the system, which includes risk management, position sizing, and the psychology behind trading. I'm telling you guys, please use this advantage. You know, if you're not where you want to be in life, please use this weekend, spend some time, you know, really studying, spend some time pondering, thinking, planning, preparing, premeditated trading, and studying, right? If you killed it this week and you want to celebrate, that's completely fine. But if you really want to continue to see amazing results, use a lot of this time over the weekend to study and to ponder and to really think and to really plan. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to be signing off. Thank you so much for investing your time into your education. I'm looking forward to trading with you guys on Monday live at Market Open. I will keep you updated within the chat. Also, keep me updated in terms of what stocks you're seeing. That's the beauty of, you know, trading with a group. One of the members alerted WEAT stock within the live trading webinar today. If he did not send out that alert, I would not have entered the trade, because I wasn't watching at the time. I was focused on something else. So big shout out. I forget the name, but big shout out to whoever did that on the live stream. And I will see you guys live at Market Open on Monday.